Hi, friends. It's been a bit. I apologize. I'm going to get better about coming on and doing some live Facebook lives and such just to keep in touch with you. But I have been thinking a lot about how you might be feeling with us opening, meaning masks are now voluntary, it seems to be. And that might be making you a little bit nervous about getting out and exercising in public. Or maybe just COVID got you kind of out of the habit of getting out there and moving your body. So I wanted to give you a little bit of motivation on reasons why it's so important to get out there and move. So I'm going to first say this, and I think, and I put this um, in the title of the live. Quality of life is more important than life itself. So it really is like the way we live, the happiness that we have when we live is so much more important than anything. And so one of the things that I want to talk about is not only the quality of life, but by exercising, what it gives you, the gifts that you get back, and therefore the gifts that you give. Because, when you take care of you and you are healthier and happier, those around you are happier because people want you to be happy and healthy. So a couple things for you to consider when you're not sure you want to get out and exercise. I want to give you some interesting stats. Okay, so a couple things. First thing is a lot of people wonder how much they should exercise. So if you have not been exercising at all, just kind of the standard is, or the standard recommendation is 150 minutes of low intensity exercise. So that's like walking and such, or that's per week, 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity exercise, or 75 minutes of high intensity exercise. So if you're breaking that down to 5 days a week, moderate intensity would be a brisk walk, or maybe a swim, um, not an intense swim, obviously, and that would be 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Or if you're doing a higher intensity, which would be more like a jog or a hike or a HIIT workout or a spin class, that would be more considered in the higher intensity range, and that would be 75 minutes. So that's 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So let me just say this. If your reason for not exercising is that you don't have time, I'm here to tell you that you do. You do have 15 to 30 minutes, 5 days a week. You do. It may mean that you watch a little less of your favorite show or spend a little bit less time on your device, but you can find it. I promise you that. All that said, I want to give you the stats now. So this is interesting. We can add hours, days, months, years onto our lives by exercising. So here you go. For each hour of moderate exercise, studies are showing that increase of life expectancy of 2 hours. So if you exercise for 1 hour, you're adding 2 hours onto your life. Like, just consider that alone, right? So if you exercise, let's just say you do an hour a day, 5 days a week, 10 hours you've added to your life, right? That's pretty big. Okay. So let's break it down to each minute. So for each minute of moderate intensity exercise, you'll receive an average ROI, return on investment, because you are investing in yourself when you exercise. For each minute of moderate exercise, you add 7 additional minutes of life expectancy. Okay. So then when you change that to high intensity, you're doubling your ROI, right? You're going from 1 minute giving you 14 minutes of additional life expectancy, right? So think about that. Like, over a lifetime, when somebody does the minimum weekly amount of moderate exercise, so that minimum is 150 minutes. You add 3 to 3.4, almost 3.5 years to your life, and that's the minimum. That's get out there and take a walk for 30 minutes. You can do it. Even if it's 15 minutes before work, 15 minutes after. Maybe if you're now working in an office again, you take your a meeting on the phone and you walk instead of sitting in front of your computer. You can get that 30 minutes in. And by doing that, that 30 minutes, that minimum, you add 3.4 years to your life, right? So just that alone should be mind-boggling and really motivational for you. If you do twice the minimum, so let's say you do that 150 minutes of moderate exercise, and then you add in 75 minutes, that's 15 minutes, 5 days a week of higher intensity exercise, then you're adding 4.2 years to your life. Okay, so think that through. It just, I actually didn't know that stat until fairly recently, and I was reading studies because I love doing that. It's my kind of my nerdy part of me. I love studies. I love research. And when I read that, I had no idea. I think about that, and you think about that. Like if you've been exercising, be super proud of yourself and know that you've added years to your life. No matter what you did, no matter where you are in your life, like if you're fighting disease, cancer, or just lucky enough to be living, and having a healthy lifestyle, regardless, you do add time and such to your life. You're adding years to your life. But it kind of comes back to what I started with. It's not just about the amount of life you live, but it's really about the quality of life that you live. So it's not just the longevity that you're getting by taking care of yourself. And when you're wondering, like, what's the use? I'm sure we all have those moments of just like, I don't feel great. What's the use in me doing this? Like, why am I torturing myself? For those of you that don't love exercise, just think in terms of, like, just think this way. I will exercise in order to achieve a better quality of life. So I want to be able to get out and go for a walk with the people that I love. I want to do that without being tired. Or if we go on vacation, I want to visit that beautiful cathedral and not be tired walking there. And speaking of tired, when we do exercise, we do sleep better. So that's one to think through. When we exercise, we reduce our levels of stress. When we exercise, we build muscle, which keeps us healthy and strong. The reason we need muscle is not just because it looks good. We need muscle because we want to have a good body composition. A fat to muscle ratio is very important. We need muscle because it bubble wraps our joints. It helps when we get those quadricep muscles, those leg muscles, we're protecting our joints. So there are so many reasons to get out there and move. And I think that that's the most important thing. Find the motivation, get yourself committed, get a buddy. If there's somebody out there that will walk with you, jog with you, exercise with you, do whatever it is, do what makes you happy. Don't torture yourself with something you don't love. I've always been a runner, and people would say to me, I just hate running. But I make myself do it. There are other options out there. You don't have to do something that you don't love. If you are walking, think about on the weekends, mixing it up. Maybe you can go up into like an area with foothills or something like that and mix it up a bit. You get a little bit more of your heart rate up. You get a change of scenery. Like I said, take those meetings by walking. Reach out to that friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Now that we can, feel safer, those that are vaccinated, maybe you get together and finally get to chat. So maybe instead of, hey, let's get together for coffee or a beverage, maybe you switch that to, let's get together and go for a walk, or make it a brisk walk. Get your heart rate up. There's something really great about endorphins that course through your body. Okay. So I am hoping that this motivated you to get out and get moving. 21 days to establish a habit. Think about that. Maybe for the next 21 days, don't start in a week. Start tomorrow. Start today. For the next 21 days, I challenge you to do something for your body. 21 days. Now, the recommendation is to have a break. So on one of those days of the next 21 days that you commit to yourself and your family and the people that love you, Maybe you do a flexibility thing, you do a stretch, like just open those arms, reach up, do a little side bend, reach down, stretch your hamstrings, do it slowly, do it carefully. You can YouTube, there's tons of stretching exercises out there. You can YouTube, you can go to my YouTube channel, Cancer Champion Fitness, and you'll see some stretching exercises there. But see if you're willing, and also post it, because once you put it out there to the world, then you feel like, oh, I got to do it. 21 days, 21 days. Right now, I have a challenge with one of my clients. We are running. I've kind of gotten away from running because I had knee surgery. I do a lot of spinning, but running was what I have done my entire life and loved. Gosh, what I think I have 89 marathons now, or no, 79 marathons. I added 10. That was convenient. Anyway, we started on Memorial Day and we're ending on July 4th, a mile run every single day. The reason that I am doing this with her is because I wanted her to establish that habit of I do something for my body every day. So consider that 21 days to form a habit. I gave you all the reasons why it would be a great thing for you. I was about to say why you should. My mom taught me that all shoulds are shaming. So I won't say that you should, but I think that I know that you can, and I know that it would be great for you. So feel free to let me know if you decide to do it. I will cheer you on the entire way, and have a great rest of your day. And I hope that this motivated you a little bit to get moving.